Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our top stories. Ewura announces new cap prices for petroleum products. Government of Zanzibar increases access to reliable electricity. Good evening, I am Faida Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also, get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages at TBC Online. The Energy and Water Utilities Regulatory Authority, Ewura, has issued new cap prices for petroleum products applicable in Tanzania mainland. These retail and wholesale prices are applicable effective from Wednesday, the 5th of April, 2023. Nasser Kingu has more details.
Issued by Ewura Director General Dr. James Kwenye for the month of April 2023, retail price of petrol has decreased by 187 Tanzanian shillings per litre, diesel by 284 Tanzanian shillings per litre, and kerosene by 169 Tanzanian shillings per litre, compared to the prices that were announced on 1st March 2023. The northern region of Tanga, Kilimanjaro, Arusha, and Manyara retail prices of petrol and diesel for April 2023 have decreased by 158 Tanzanian shillings per litre and 231 Tanzanian shillings per litre respectively, compared to the prices that were published on 1st March 2023. Moreover, due to the depletion of kerosene at Tanga storage terminal, petrol station operators in the northern regions are advised to source kerosene from Dar es Salaam. The southern regions of Mtwara, Lindi, and Ruvuma retail prices of petrol and diesel for the month of April 2023 have decreased by 220 Tanzanian shillings per litre and 176 Tanzanian shillings per litre, respectively, compared to the prices that were published on 1st March 2023. Due to the unavailability of kerosene at Mtwara storage terminals, petrol station operators in the southern regions are advised to source kerosene from Dar es Salaam as well. Ewura reminds the public that the cap prices can be accessed to the mobile phones by dialing *152*00# and then following the provided instructions.
For Water, Energy and Minerals of the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar, Shaibu Hassan Kadwara, says that the government has already taken steps to increase the level of access to reliable electricity in the Pemba Island. He was in Tanga during his work visit to the power transmission stations of Majani Mapana and Kange. Is a report by Betha Mwambela, read by Lulua Mohammed.
The Minister of Water, Energy and Minerals of the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar, Shaibu Hassan Kadwara, together with other political leaders from Zanzibar, have had the opportunity to visit the Majani Mapana and Kange power stations, where the electricity used on the island of Pemba is produced.
It is a problem due to the lack of electricity. So by solving this problem, both water and electricity will be available with a quality that our customers will be satisfied for their daily activities. So they should not be worried about it, since we already know the problem. We are going to solve it.
Among the leaders who accompanied him was the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Water, Energy and Minerals Zanzibar, Joseph Kilangi.
The exchange of experience will help us in our operation. The arrival of TANESCO team might help us to know the real problem. Currently, we are using 33 kilovolt, which is insufficient. We wish to take 132 kilovolt, which is a little bigger than we will go from Tanga to Pemba.
Mshenga Haidar Mshenga is the Director General of the Zanzibar Electricity Company, ZECO. Here, he explains how the issue will be managed.
The
people of Zanzibar should hope for good things to come, because we want to end this problem in order to eliminate all the complaints of the people who are suffering from frequent power cuts and the low electricity levels.
And the TANESCO Tanga Regional Acting Manager William Masome acknowledges the existence of the challenge.
Laini ya Pemba inaanzia hapa kwenye kituo chetu cha Majani Mapana.
The Pemba line starts here at the Majani Mapana station and sends electricity to our colleague in Pemba. It is true that we have a voltage challenge and the Tanga region faces the same challenge, but there are strategies that we have taken and we will work on them.
To solve the challenge, the Tanga Region Electricity Company has already ordered a large transformer with a capacity of 45 MVA, which has now arrived in the country and it is at the port awaiting clearance.
The former Minister for Constitutional and Legal Affairs, Professor Palamagamba Kabudi, the Association of Retired Judges and the former Inspector General of Police, Ambassador Simon Siro, have completed giving their assessments to the Criminal Justice Commission. Speaking in Dar es Salaam after submitting their assessments, they assert that the proposed improvements will continue to bring about major changes to various justice institutions in the country. Here's a report by John Matias, read by Lulua Mohammed.
Early in the morning at the Tanzania Port Authority TPA building, the Criminal Justice Commission is here to receive the assessments from the former Minister for Constitutional and Legal Affairs, Professor Palamagamba Kabudi, Association of Retired Judges, and the former Inspector General of Police, Ambassador Simon Siro. Professor Kabudi says his assessments included issues related to the Constitution of the United Republic of Tanzania.
Nimetoa maoni yangu kwamba wakati sasa umefika wa kuwa na mfumo wa fidia.
I have expressed my opinion that it is time for the compensation system for a crime victim, as we have focused a lot on the punishment of criminals, but the issue of compensation or rehabilitation procedures. For example, a victim of rape crime, the perpetrator will be imprisoned for 20 years, but must be looked at as victim and be compensated.
Professor Kabudi did not hesitate to talk about the prison system, suggesting a better system to leave prisoners with usable knowledge.
Mfumo wetu wa magereza.
Our prison system look more at the changing of a person's behavior, because going to prison should not only be a punishment, but they should be given skills and education so that they get out of prison. They will specialize on different sectors.
On their side, the Association of Retired Judges, led by retired Judge Thomas Mihayo, who says the assessment based on the freedom of expression of the citizens.
Kumnyima mtu haki yake ya uhuru.
Many laws that established are sent to deprive a person for his right of freedom and security. We ask that these laws may look at and carefully, especially the previous existing laws, to conduct research on the case of the death, which is currently known by whom it is handled.
The Criminal Justice Commission is led by its chairman, retired Judge Othman Chande, with various members including retired senior police force commanders.
Tanzania Commission for Science and Technology COSTECH Director General Dr. Amos Nungu says the commission plans to hold a conference which will bring together various researchers and creative designers to explore the best ways to foster science and technology in the country. He was speaking to journalists in Dar es Salaam, insisting that the designers and researchers will have the opportunity to learn new modern technology as well as listen to decision and policy makers on how to be more innovative.
We have various topics that we have introduced. One of them is about modern technology. It is an opportunity to be able to have a discussion about it, how it affects us as a country, and see where we are in a technology level. We will also look at creativity for the development of the people.
Nungu says that the Commission and its stakeholders will also review natural design perspective, the way it was designed and preserved.
There will be creative issues that bring development to people, but also the contribution of natural knowledge, because there are so many of them. How much has been given a chance? How much has been written and rewarded? And how much has been used in our communities? Another topic we look at, it is entirety, is about open science. Due to the fact that we live in the world, not an island, we should be doing research and learn from others. And when other people want to learn from us, it has become easy.
Conference is expected to be held from June 14th to June 16th this year in Dar es Salaam. Now let's head over to Simiyu region. Simiyu region targets a cotton crop production of amounting to 315,000 tons this cotton season 2023-2024, which is 3 times more than the 88,000 tons produced in the 2022-2023 season. Here's a report by Pascal Michael, read by Apasia Ringo.
Simiyu Regional Commissioner Dr. Yahaya Nawanda made the remark while speaking to the members of the general meeting of the Simiyu Region Cooperative Association, SIMCU.
We produced 88,000 tons of cotton last year, but due to the presence of rain, we might be able to produce 300,000 tons this year.
Furthermore, Dr. Nawanda here talks about the digital system that is to be used this season to buy cotton.
I recommended having a system for the 2023-2024 season to start using a digital system in measuring and selling this cotton crop.
The chairman of the association in the region, Lazaro Walwa, asked the authorities to involve the members of the cooperative during the distribution of agricultural inputs as well as the weighing process.
There are 2 things that have been a challenge. The issue of input has been a problem. When the crop boards bring these inputs, let us have participation. The agents and the technician of the scale should start from the Makiku district, where they will be under our observation. Their job will be to confirm the scales.
The cooperative's Deputy Assistant Registrar, Consolata Kiluma, emphasizes on the integrity of the cooperative's members. Disloyalty, acts of theft and fraud are rampant. We as administrators are not pleased with these acts. I encourage you, as members of the board in collaboration with the managers, to be highly responsible.
Now let's have a look at other stories. State Mining Corporation's Damico Executive Director Venus Mwase says the corporation is determined to assure small-scale miners in the country extract minerals in sufficient quantities and in compliance with high standards of quality in order to meet the raw material needs of local industries. He made the remark in Dar es Salaam when he invited industrial stakeholders, financial institutions and miners to a 2-day meeting that aims at promoting the mining sector as a catalyst for the industrial sector's sustainable development. Rema Sababili has more.
Mining industry in Tanzania contributed to the GDP at a rate of approximately 7.9% last year, up from 4.8% in 2018, getting closer to the government's target to increase the mining contribution to at least 10% of the gross domestic product by 2025. Speaking to journalists, the State Mining Corporation Director Venus Mwase said that the meeting is paramount importance for both sectors, where challenges like access to credit and finance for small-scale miners will be addressed, as well as stakeholders like geologists will be present to provide expertise in obtaining quality industrial minerals.
One of the participants will be Geological Survey of Tanzania, then the custodian of geological information in this country. They will have a slot to do a presentation to show where are the minerals of whatever type are there. And there will be also mining commission, who are the regulatory and licensing authority of this country, to explain how small-scale miners can get their license to extract those minerals to make sure that they supply to the industry. So in terms of quantum of the raw materials available, which type of minerals, all of them will be known in that day through various presentation.
On his part, the director of the Confederation of Industries in Tanzania, Lode Gatenga, says the meeting is crucial for industry development as it aims to help industrialists to get industrial raw materials of high quality and low cost.
We would want to encourage utilization of local resources here instead of importation from outside. Now, how is it important for industries? Yes, because it will enhance the performance of industries and competitiveness of industries in this country. But the most important thing is that it is extremely important to the economy, which is the most important thing. That linkage will ensure that we have now a market for those products locally. That linkage, it will enhance the value chain. and definitely in the long term, the benefits are immense.
The Minister of Minerals, Dr. Doto Biteko, is expected to open up the meeting tomorrow, where he is expecting to receive the mining sector's challenges for the sustainable development of industrial sector in Tanzania. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Rehema Sababili, TBC News.
Thank you very much, Rehema Sababili, for that in-depth report. Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange Business Development Officer Leonard Kameta says stock liquidity in the Dar es Salaam stock market has increased by 1.1 trillion shillings, which is an increase of 156% from 675 billion to 1.73 trillion due to the increase in prices in the counter of DSE, CRDB, Simba and Swissport. He clarifies that the counters that contributed to the total amount are sales of approximately 676 million shillings from NB Bank, 612 million sales from CRDB, and 152 million sales from the Simba counter.
Changia milioni 108 sawa na 6.22.
Swissport contributed 108 million Tanzania shillings, equivalent to 6.22%. DSE also contributed 79 million, which was equivalent to 4.59%. TICL contributed 57 million, which equivalent to 3.27%. At the same time, Nickel contributed 27 million, equivalent to 1.58%. Other companies that are transaction are Twiga and TOL.
Size of the domestic market in the Dar es Salaam stock market, it has decreased by 0.26% from 10.84 trillion shillings to 10.82 trillion, while the size of the market in general decreased by 0.22% from 15.78 trillion in the week ending March 24th to reaching 15.74 trillion. Now, let's have a look at the tourism sector. Uporoto Forest Reserve is reaching various types of trees only found in the Southern Highlands, and it surrounds the second largest crater lake in Africa, the Lake Ngosi. Apaseringo reports.
Uporoto Forest Reserve is reaching various types of trees only found in the Southern Highlands. This column was established in 1937 to preserve water sources, plants and animals. It surrounds the second largest crater lake in Africa, the Lake Ngosi. Lake Ngosi is located in Rungwe, Mbeya, Tanzania. It is a lake that was created by an explosion of volcano, unlike other lakes such as Victoria, Tanganyika and Nyasa. Surprisingly, Lake Ngosi is not a recipient of water from rivers like other lakes. The uniqueness of this lake is that the lake is located in the middle of mountains after the eruption of the volcano about 12,000 years ago. Reports show that this lake is 2.5 kilometers long, 1.5 kilometers wide, and 1.5 kilometers deep. It is said to reach 74 meters, while its size reaches 9,332 acres. According to the inhabitants of this area of the lake, they say that Lake Ngosi was discovered by a hunter of the Safwa tribe, who in his adventures of looking for prey, he came across this lake and then sent the information to his colleagues, having met a large lake which in the Safwa language is Ngosi. Therefore, it was officially named Lake Ngosi, but it continued to carry natural beliefs. When you are in a special area that has been set aside by the managers of Lake Ngosi, which is the Tanzania Forestry Agency, you can see Lake Ngosi clearly in its shape as the map of Africa shows, that also includes the basket of Pemba and Unguja. The viewpoint is also an important place for tourists to take notes, and even the researchers who come to witness, Lake Ngosi. It is an area whose condition is about 18 degrees Celsius, and sometimes it becomes cold, less than 10 degrees Celsius. This area is also a place where tour guides take the opportunity to provide information for tourists in relation to Lake Ngosi, how it happened geologically, but with what the locals believe. To make your visit incredible is by hiking from below to the top of the mountains to see the beautiful landscape of the second largest crater lake in Africa. And these are the marvels of Lake Ngosi, only found in Tanzania.
The marvels of Lake Ngosi, indeed. And that item concludes local news. International news up next. Now let's have a look at international news with Apasia Ringo.
The government of South Sudan has dispatched additional 300 soldiers to the Democratic Republic of Congo under the banner of a regional bloc. South Sudan Defense Minister General Cholthon Balok says dispatched soldiers brings the total number of South Sudan troops in DRC to over 1,000. They will be part of the East African Regional Force fighting the M23 rebel group. The 300 soldiers will be deployed to Goma, the headquarters of the regional force, and they will be replaced after a year. South Sudan is the latest country to join the seven-nation regional force created in June last year to try to stabilize eastern DRC. The Kenya Space Agency, KSA, has announced the anticipated launch of the Taifa 1 satellite next week by Space Exploration Technologies Corporation aboard Falcon 9 rocket from Vandenberg Base, California, USA. Acting Director General of KSA, Brigadier Hilary Kipkoski, says the mission is designed to provide precise and timely Earth observation satellite data to stakeholders in the diverse fields of application, including agriculture and food security, natural resources management, land and physical planning, and general environmental monitoring. Speaking in Nairobi, Kenya, he says satellite mission is an important milestone for Kenya's space program and is expected to contribute significantly to spurring the growth of the satellite development, data analytics and processing, and applications development capabilities of Kenya's budding space economy. Former United States President Donald Trump has appeared to court in New York City facing criminal charges. Trump has been under investigation over hash money paid just before the 2016 election to a porn star who says they had sex. However, Trump denies wrongdoing. Extra security measures are in place in New York City. Trump is the first former U.S. president to face a criminal case. Finland has officially joined NATO in a historic shift triggered by Russia's war with Ukraine. Finnish Foreign Minister Pekka Haavisto completed the accession process by handing over an official document to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken at NATO headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. The U.S. State Department is the repository of NATO text concerning membership. NATO now comprises of 31 members.
And that was international news. Sports news is up next. And here's sports news with Malio Cheto.
Simba Football Club and Young Africans fans says qualification into quarterfinals of CAF competition will make their Premier League match tougher as their arch-rivals meet at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium on 16th of April. Simba Football Club and Young Africans fans believe that players of both teams have acquired the additional skills and experience from the CAF competition, making the match more difficult for both sides.
Simba is so determined when it comes to the arch-rivals match, hoping that we'll win 3-0.
Kuna Mayele, kuna Musonda.
Young Africans as Mayele and Musonda, I beg Simba fans to be patient because their team are not performing well. Even their bosses, they know that.
This is the first time for Tanzanian giants play each other when they are in quarterfinals of CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederation Cup, and the fans are hoping that they will enjoy entertaining football from both teams. Principal of Tanzania Sports Development College in Malia, Richard Mganga, is determined to continue providing sports courses aiming at strengthening sports industry in the country. Speaking to TBC News reporter in Dar es Salaam, he insists that more than 50 sports stakeholders will be given skills and knowledge in different areas of sports.
Mafunzo hayo ni kwa ajili ya wadau wetu kuwaweka.
This training is for our stakeholders to strengthen their skills in different areas of sports. This time we'll teach them about sports event management and sports marketing, so as to give them necessary information from their field of works, so as they can disseminate their education to their sports practitioners.
Since its establishment, the college has provided significant sports education to Tanzanians. As a result, there is a positive impact of sports in many places in the country. Malio Cheto, TBC News.
Thank you very much, Malio Cheto, super coach. And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.
Punguzo la msimu wa sikukuu ya Pasaka na Idi. Msimu mwingine tena umewadia wa kurudisha kwa jamii. Ni wakati wa sikukuu ya Pasaka na Idi. TBC inatoa ofa kubwa kwa wafanyabiashara wadogo. Tangaza nasi kwa shilingi 500,000 upate matangazo 10 kupitia TBC One au shilingi